What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Women Rock Wednesday. How about that? Today is Women Rock Wednesday. I can't wait to get it going. Let me share the show. I think I shared it one time. Let me share with my groups. Hold up, share with my groups right quick. Let's see. Yeah, I know I got some groups. Don't do me like that. Share me some groups. Oh, there you go. No, come on, y'all. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Hold up. Hold up. Let me go again. Let's try it again. Let's go. Let's go again. Okay. Um, somebody just sent me some talking about hotel check-ins. How you check in at 3, but they trying to put you out at 11. Do y'all have y'all had that problem? What's up, Rod Wells? Um, Trying to get to where I need to be, Rod. Oh, you know what? I know. Thank you. I know what's happening now. Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't share. Rod Wells, this stuff is so crazy, man. This technology. Let me share that. I was wondering why I couldn't share it in my groups because I wasn't on the right page. What's up there, Boom, man? It's about to get cracking in a minute. Y'all just give me 1 second. Uh, Share the show. That's what I do. Like right now, I'm sharing the show. If you catch my head looking down, I'm sharing. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Let's go over to YouTube. Then I go over to YouTube and I share it with on my Twitter. Let's see. Yeah, share it to the Twitter. Come on now, where am I? Come on, don't do me like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I popped up on the screen. I heard myself right quick. I guess my sounding good. I just want to make sure. Let's see what I want to do. Oh, yeah, I want to share. I want to share it. Brandon Wheatfall, Daryl Anderson. I see you, man. I'm trying to get this thing right. You know what? I got a question, and I'm gonna keep asking this the whole show. As everybody on this feed right now, have they shared the show before? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Uh, and if not, give me a reason why. I'm just curious. I promise you. I promise you. I'm just trying to figure out something. Why would you share something that you are part of every single day? Somebody told me to ask y'all that. Hatter is opening day for MLB. Yankees and the Giants. Dodgers going for a three-peat. Absolutely. Do every team? Okay, the Yankees and the Giants tonight. I see that. The Rock opening night for the Astros. It's on Thursday, right? And in Broadwell, I'm glad you mentioned it because I wouldn't have mentioned it because baseball just don't mean that much to me. So it's just hard for me if you don't bring it up. And not, it's all right for you to love it. I just can't like it. It's hard, Rod Wells. And I'm serious, man. I like some of the players, but I just don't like baseball. The Giants and the Yankees, you said, oh, that's the only game, and it's on Netflix. That's right. It's on Netflix tonight. They're gonna put it on Netflix tonight. I just can't see. Rod Wells, I've always played like sports that I got action. There's so much action in it. And baseball is one of the most inaction games that in the world. Inactive. It just ain't action to me. For it being balls. I mean, you can love it and I'll support you and we can talk about baseball, but I just don't like it. and it proved to me what's up this year. Fort Bend Ballers and Big Coach. I never forget I got my partner of mine some tickets. The Miami Marlins played against uh, the San Diego Padres. Okay, um, my favorite player. Um, I keep saying I don't want to say anymore. My favorite player, Fernando Tatis Jr. He I almost said it again. He plays for San Diego, and I got him tickets to the game, and I was bragging about Tatis to my friend, how he's one of the greatest players uh, I've ever seen. And he went to the game and he called me back, Rod Wells, that night. He said, Rob, your boy didn't do nothing. He was 0 for 4. They didn't even hit it to him. He didn't do nothing. And I thought about that. In baseball, you have to have a rooting interest. For me, I don't know about you, for Rod. You have to have a rooting interest. He didn't have nobody to root for. He was going to look at the guy that I was bragging about. And baseball is a game where your stars gonna fail way more times than they succeed. Your superstar gonna go to at bat 10 times, and most likely he ain't gonna hit the ball but 2, maybe 3 times. And that's what, and it was crazy when I thought about it in that way. Nothing against it. I just don't know. I mean, what do I root for? I love Mookie Betts. I love Tatis. What is that? But they gonna fail more times than they succeed in the game. In basketball, my guy gonna either defend, he gonna make a good play. He gonna make it's gonna be some action. In football, there's some action. Baseball, your super duper stars fail 7 times out of 10. It's a hard watch for me. It's just a hard watch for me, y'all. Nothing against it. It's just a hard watch for me. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Thank you, Belinda, for being there here. I'm gonna share some with y'all about. I want to finish this Darren Peterson conversation because I didn't finish yesterday because Jimmy came on. But I got a question for all you fans. What is a fan's responsibility? What is a fan's responsibility? I know what the players' responsibilities are. I know what the coaches' responsibilities are. I know, what the GM's responsibilities are. But what are the fans' responsibilities? Should they go and talk negative about the kids all the time, or the players, is that that's what they supposed to do? I'm just trying to figure out because I told you I'm not a fan. I just enjoy several players, and I go sometimes to see the players. I don't go to games for enjoyment because I was in the business for so long, and I used to have to go to games to work. I didn't find it as enjoyment. Barry Bonds said, fans' responsibility is to enjoy the game and not critique. No, I don't mind them critiquing, but I think they just been going overboard. And I know fan is the root word for fanatic. I know, and fanatics do crazy stuff. I understand that. But I was just asking a question. Thank you, Barry, for saying something. Some people just sit up here and I make a comment and they all won't say nothing. And maybe y'all don't know. But I got a question, Barry McDonald. Have you ever shared this show? Big Coach, have you ever shared the show? Fort Bend Balls, have you ever shared the show? Belinda, I believe you have. But I just want to ask, have you ever shared the show? And if not, why? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Why would you watch something every day that you don't want nobody else to watch? Talk to me. Y'all talk to me. I mean, I just find it interesting. I really do find it interesting. If I watch something every day, man, I'm gonna share the hell out of Jameson Mara. I know Jameson Mara's have shared the show. I just be wanting to know, James, cause Jameson, when 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 I have childhood friends call me yesterday, one of the guys is a man and his brother. I was the best man in his brother's wedding. He was one of the best men in mine, right? But his brother sent me a message yesterday. What's up, H? Because they call me H. I had her. My wife and I are at Mac's house. We put on the Chop Shop and we are enjoying the show. These people that I been knowing most of my life. And they had us sit down, two husband and wife, and watch the show last night. They didn't watch it live. They watched it last night. He said, sometimes you got to gatekeep stuff. But yes, I have to several people. What you mean by gatekeep? I like this. See, if you don't never ask these questions, you'll never get it. This is why I tell y'all to share the show, because I want this opinion. You said sometimes you got to gatekeep stuff, but yes, I have to several people. What you mean by gatekeep? You gatekeeping the Chop Shop? The Chop Shop ain't to be gate kept. It's to be shared. It's on a public forum. I don't understand what you mean by you got to gatekeep it. And I love it. I love what you said, but I don't understand under what circumstance does this show need to be gate kept? Right, we open gates. Thank you, Eric Harrison. We don't close them. It's some people out here. I told y'all the woman said this was the best 120 minutes of her day, and she was going through chemotherapy. The young lady who called me about her son saying we helped save her son's life by something I said on this show, and I still don't know what I said. Share the show. But that was great. Big Coach. I ain't never heard that one before. You give me a drink. Y'all gonna make me drink around this joint. I like this. See, I never understood. That's the reason I asked y'all what's a fan's responsibility is. I've never understood why some fans feel they need to trash their own players. I think it's pathetic. It's counterproductive and it's harmful. And y'all take it past criticism. I just want to know who on this show They watch this show, but they never share it. But I see other things you share. Ricky Scott. And I promise you, if you really know me, you know I'm just trying to figure, I'm just, I'm just trying to critically think why. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Women Rock Wednesday, and I'm gonna pay tribute to some women shortly. But I want to get back to this Darren Peterson thing. Uh, I was talking about Darren Peterson and big King Sticks. I know he got on early today. He was just talking about, he got red flags. I heard somebody else talking about his stock that dropped and all of that. You know, and and I know y'all don't have the advantage of talking and to GMs and scouts and stuff like that, like I have the advantage. And that I don't try to say what y'all don't. I just try to give you a just I'm just trying to give you a broader view. I'm trying to expand your lens a little bit. Jada had you playing loud at North Carolina A&T in her differentially crazy math class the other day. And the professor told Jada to slide him her number so she can come out and talk sports so he can come out. Wow. See what happens when you share the show. Hold up. Jameson, I got to put that on the big screen. I'm sorry. Y'all watch this. A young lady who has been on this show, right? She was playing the Chop Shop loud at North Carolina A&T. And in her differential, watch this, not in a sports class, in a differential equation math class the other day. And the professor told Jada, slide him my number so he can come out and talk sports in Greensboro, North Carolina. I would tear that HBCU. I got topics that could change the minds of our next generation. Y'all got to realize I do it not every month no more, just every other month. I have a group of young people around the country that I'm on a Zoom with, and I'm sharing things and mentoring them. It's an unbelievable thing for me and them. It's just unbelievable. But Jameson Morrow, you just put a big Duracell battery in my back. If I was tired, I'm not tired no more. I got a little pep in my step right now. But let me keep going. Eric said fans call it supporting their players and teams, but the treatment of others in other circles would be considered abusive. Yes, absolutely. But let me keep going. But I'm gonna put that up on for the rest of the show. I'm gonna keep put that up on there for the rest of the show, Jay. But watch this. And one thing I love about Jada, I love her dad. Her dad has a different, very smart man, James Samara, but he has a different view on life, and I love it. And I hope he understands. I learn from him. He asks questions that make me go and get the answers. I love him. Everybody, well, you're going back and forth. Jameson Morrow makes me think. Eric Harrison makes me say, okay. These are brilliant men, y'all, we have on this feed, and women. I just can't say anything over here like them other shows because they check me on it. And I want them to, because what it does, it motivates me to go and do some things. Make me go study. It's amazing. Iron sharpens iron. I love when y'all comment. I'm on if I listen, if I don't say nothing about your comment, either out of it slipped by, didn't nobody tell me about it, or it just wasn't good. And I know some of y'all, I told y'all when you bring a brick, see these guys bring bricks because we trying to build something. And it's gonna take a long time for this thing to get built. Cause I know it's gonna be sturdy. Ain't no tsunami, ain't no uh, earthquake, or nothing gonna be able to tear this thing down if we build it right. If we build it right. But we was talking about, I was trying to take y'all behind the scenes of what happens in the NBA and the NBA draft. And when my man Ed Harris, he came on here one day, Rob Martin, young little guard that plays for Greensboro, not for High Point. He was balling and played good against Darius Acop. He said, Mr. Hatter, he gonna move him up in the draft. And all I was saying, not so fast. Not so fast. The NBA been knowing about him. And I asked you, did you say that thing at the beginning of the season? Did you say it in the middle of the season? You said it after one game? Ladies and gentlemen, I got to explain y'all how this stuff works. Okay? I'm gonna explain to you. What did I stop at? I was telling you about all the stuff that the pros know and the things that I was telling you about Darren Peterson. 'Cause people tell me he don't like to play, he don't like to play, he don't like, but they don't understand the work this little boy done put in, right? They don't understand it. He just need to rest now. And when the NBA get him, they gonna find out why them cramps. It's something that he wasn't getting no cramps before he got to Kansas. Maybe it was Kansas. Y'all got to realize just cause it's Bill Self and just cause it's cancer don't mean they know everything about everything. I told you about his mom. Where was I at? I told you about how Sam Mitchell groomed him and I showed him how to be a point guard at an early age. And and how the parents didn't butt in. And let's see. How he taught him how to play a whole game. In the first half, you don't shoot it all. Even if you get past anybody, get to the rim, you pass it out. Because he wanted to condition him to be a server, be a table setter. Right? See, a lot of y'all don't know this stuff about the kid. He loved basketball. It hurt him that he can't play. But if you listen, if you keep getting your information off of Twitter, who anybody can say anything about anybody at any time, and you coming on this show and put that mess on this screen, I can tell because I got different people who scours this thing for information and send it to me. You follow me? I don't know. I don't have a team, so I don't. I, I'm not saying. I'm just giving you information, Eric. I'm not giving you information to change your mind. If you don't feel that way about people, don't agree with me. I'm just giving you information. Uh, let's see. Because I always said, you know, because Sam Mitchell knew it was about development. It was about teaching. It was about retraining his instincts. He took him from being a scorer to a guy who understands how to get his teammates open. And I keep I'm gonna reiterate that because a lot of our young guys, there's a dude gonna tell me this year, man, I'm a score first point guard. Well, then you ain't no point guard. Because a point guard is a table setter that can go get me 20 if I need it, but you trying to get the other people involved. You trying to get the other people involved. And I asked y'all a question yesterday. I said, if you got a guy that is projected to be the number one pick at your college when you recruit him and can play the point guard, Why would you play him at 2? I don't think nobody answered that question for me yesterday. If you got a guy that's projected to be the #1 pick, and I'm going to tell y'all about that a little bit, how that happened too, in a little bit. Why would you play him at the 2 when he gets to college? Everybody. He can score in his sleep. He can score in his sleep. That's not challenging him. Because, Bill said, oh, I just get a ball to him and just let him go get a bucket. That ain't coaching. But y'all got him in the Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all want to hear this. Shaka Smart can still coach. A lot of these coaches that's losing and not in them, they can still coach. They just don't have the resources. Don't think these coaches, because they ain't in the Sweet 16, can't coach. Don't think these coaches can coach, man. But you don't give them the money to go and give. The hell is this? Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all following me? These guys can coach. Just because they're in the Sweet 16, not in the Sweet 16, don't mean they can coach. These guys, I told y'all in the beginning of the year, that these guys just have a lot of money to buy. If I buy the best player, that's at any level, at AAU level, if you buy all the good players, you're going to win. That's what Nike try to do. Get all you win. In college, in pros, if you got the best players, you buy all the best players, you're going to win. You do me a favor. You need to go look that up yourself. You got the best player, #1 player. See, sometimes y'all don't hear. Let me put it slowly to you. You got the best player, #1 player coming to your college, in the country coming to your college, and he can play point guard. I don't care if Bill Self-Mammy was playing point guard. She ain't going to be there. I can't believe you asked that question. Did he have some at a point by God already? Yo, these kind of questions that Eric Harris just asked me. I don't care if Bill Self-Mammy was playing point guard. You got the #1 player in the country, and he can play point guard. So he better than anybody on your damn team. He been taught by a pro, and you want him to go just get buckets? I didn't say he wasn't. I didn't say Bill Self wasn't the greatest coach. I didn't say that. That ain't come out of my mouth. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You said I would play him at the 2 so he could learn that spot. Why? When the most competitive and most important damn position in basketball, Travis Lynch, did you play? The most important position in basketball is the point guard. And you got the #1 player in the country, that's a point guard. And you put him at 2. And you talking about, And maybe he wanted to see he can learn them. You don't have to learn to play another spot. You don't have to learn to play the two. He just told you, I just put him up so he can go get buckets. This boy been groomed to be a point guard. Y'all ain't listening. And I know y'all might be over there. I told you, washing the dishes, sewing some needle, sewing a button on a shirt. I don't know what the hell y'all be doing. But y'all follow me now. I'm trying to talk as clearly as I can. Let me keep going. This man said, why do you think he did? I just said, Bill Self said, I just wanted him to go out there and get a bucket. I just give him the ball over there and he just go get a bucket. That's why he did it. Eric Harrison, what are you doing over there? You're not listening today. You're not listening. You asked me, why do I think he did it? He said, well, all this, I'll just give it to him and he can go get us a bucket. That's what he thought of the kid. Instead of understanding you had a point guard because you ain't did your damn homework. Let me keep going. Because y'all, why do you think he did? Now, hell, I'm in an old-ass white man's mind and can tell you why he did. Why did they have us in slavery? Why do they create a system for us to lose all the time? You trying to get me in the mind of this dude? Come on, y'all. Come on. Why you think he did it? He told you. Why? What a man said, and I keep telling y'all will be listening. And I said it on this show about last year about 100 times. I said, ladies and gentlemen, I came on this show and said, something was wrong. I said, that speech that Trump gave, I just never heard nobody say no stuff. That man said, if you vote for me this one time, you'll never have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good. I never forget that. What was happening? I know what was in his mind now. I didn't know what the hell was in his mind then. So how the hell you think I'm going to know what's in Bill's self mind? Why do you think it did? But let me keep on going. Let me keep going. But this young man is been trained to draw 2 to 3 defenders and pass it off. When Luka, I said, has the ball, it makes everybody better. Get everybody open shots. Why? Because there's so much attention on Luka. This who you had in a 6'6" frame. Peterson 6'6". But this dude had counsel and everybody bringing the damn ball up. I was watching. Kansas take him off the ball because he was getting trapped. He used to get trapped. He knew how to play against a trap. And I told you how he knew how to do it. Another thing that Kansas was supposed to do. Kansas was supposed to recruit a big dude so that he can roll to the basket and fly high in the air and put pressure on the front of the rim on the pick and roll. That's what Kansas was supposed to do for him. When you got a talent like this, see, y'all don't know how good this boy is because y'all worried about the cramps. I saw him play without the cramps. He had 61 on A.J. DeBance's Gardner. Had 4 3 4 point plays in the game. But let me keep going. They were supposed to recruit that can get Darren free so he can use his size to get open. Where was that, Kansas? Where was the shooters that you were supposed to have so he been trained to get it out to the shooters? No, they gave him the ball and said, you do everything. Somebody bring it up, give him the ball over there. Now you do everything. Also, when you give it up, you also have to play where when he gives it up, he got to go get it back, right back when the big rolls. Come back off and set a little brush screen, and Peters can just come off that little brush screen to the jump shot. And if the big slip, he can drop it to him to go get a dunk. Where was that? Thank you. That is Moody. See, y'all don't understand, and I'm finna try to get y'all how the NBA thinking. Peterson know how to do all this stuff already. He been groomed since the 9th grade to do all of this because he was always trapped when he was young. Because he was always what? The best player. He learned when you get trapped in the backcourt, you don't just quit. You get a ball up and you make a V cut and get back to the ball. But by putting him at the 2, what you think is more pressure when he off the ball? Then they can bully him and keep him from getting the ball. Man, I need y'all to learn how to play this game just a little bit, man. Did y'all watch how St. John, I've been looking for that game. Y'all watch how St. John just beat that man to death. Share the show. Don't stop talking, Eric. Just listen. Don't stop commenting. When this kid is surrounded, watch this. And y'all remember I said this. When this kid is surrounded by NBA talent, all his skills would be amplified. Remember Robert Hatter told you. Just maybe it isn't being executed correctly at Kansas. Evidently, I watched the defense, and I don't know what he was doing on defense. I even said that. In the NBA, he gonna become a gravity guy. Anybody know what a gravity guy? That means everybody come toward him. When you ask players what's the biggest difference, let me help y'all. Can I help you? When you ask players, share the show, man. Y'all text tag tell somebody, because somebody need this right now. Ray Moore back in the class. Thank you, Jesus. Brad Kimball. Brad, I'm going to call you after the show. Maybe it wasn't. See, when you ask players, what is the biggest difference from college and the NBA? They all said one thing: space. Ladies and gentlemen, the court is the same size. NBA court, college court, same size. But most NBA teams have 5 guys on the floor that can shoot and space. If they are not a great shooter, they can take you off the dribble. They can score, so you have to guard them. The reason there is something so much more space in an NBA game is because you can't stand 8 feet from a guy and put a foot in the paint telling him I'm on the nail. And your guy over there, he gonna tear, a good passer gonna get him that ball and he shoot, it gonna tear your head off. See, They're going to lace you up. See, they got centers in the NBA that can shoot the piss out the basketball. Trying to tell you how they think. Carl Anthony Towns shoot 40% from three. Put a foot in the paint on him and see what happens. The Knicks done won 7 in a row because somebody been putting their damn feet in the paint. They're not afraid to take, and these guys like Carl Anthony, they ain't not afraid to take them. I shoot them. I miss them. They don't care. That is why so much space in pro basketball. Can you imagine what this kid is going to feel like? It's going to feel to this kid that he got all this space since high school, summer ball, and college to when he gets to an NBA court and all of a sudden he going to see all of this space. It's going to be one dude guarding me. Y'all just watch out and see what I'm trying to tell you. His handle is tight. And it just kills me the way I hear some of these comments about him, like King Sticks and some of these other clowns. They be out here just comment. That's why the NBA personnel do not listen to these fools. They don't listen to Charles Barkley. They don't listen to the Stephen A. Smith. Them NBA scouts and them GM, they don't listen to them. Y'all listen to me. To tell y'all one more time. They don't listen to them. I'm telling you they don't. This is what they saying. I'm putting you in their mind. Share this show. Somebody, 20 more people need to be listening to this right now. Y'all need to get somebody. You are, I got more. You are this skill, 17, 18-year-old, right? How do you get this skill and don't like to play? Like them guys were saying yesterday. Paul Miranda, we talking about. Let me put it. Let me put it on the screen so you can know what we're talking about. I like you. I like that, Paul, because I know you want to butt in so bad. But I'm gonna put up. This is your topic. I had it from yesterday. We're talking about Darren Peters. They talking about he don't like the game. He don't like the game. Paul, you probably done said something negative because you got something negative to say about everybody. He don't like the game. How do you get this skill and don't like the work? To get this skill, you got to work at it. The games are easy. I go back to listen. Kenny Smith talked about Michael Jordan. He said everybody think that God just sprinkled some dust on Michael Jordan's head and he was a finished product. Kenny said, go back and listen when Kenny, I forgot what it's on. When they was a freshman at North Carolina and Kenny wanted to guard Michael all the time because Michael didn't have a handle. He could just get up in him. And then he said, Michael is the only player that he ever known that took a weakness and made it a strength. Somebody get a weakness and make it okay, but he took his weakness and made it a strength. This man said the farther three-point line attributes to extra space also. It ain't that damn far, Antoine. 21 to 23. It ain't that far, sir. Come on. Come on. Come on, Twan. Come on. But I'm just telling you how they think. And then he said, Michael is, I told you, his jump shot was erratic at first. Right? Jump shot was erratic. The jump shot, the mid-range became pure because Michael worked. People don't understand that. Y'all only see the finished product. Do you think Michael got that good because God just sprinkled some dust on it? What issues have he got? See, somebody taught me something, y'all. Somebody sent me all this information I'm giving this dude, and guess what he said? Watch this. Somebody told me something. I mean, it's fresh off the press, right? Fresh off the press. He said, uh, you can win over a wise man with reason, but you can't win over a fool with proof. Facts don't work where pride is in charge. Oh! Google that one. This man said, ain't nobody got time for them issues. I'm giving you facts. I don't see no issues. But watch this. Watch this. Michael Jordan got in that gym and worked like this kid. God gave him the talent. He had to work to be the best at his talent, get the best out of his talent. I gave y'all facts. This kid was been getting up. I'm talking about Peterson, Paul Miranda, at 5 in the morning, 3 workouts a day since the 9th grade. Now just let that resonate. But he got problems. He ain't had no problem. He wasn't having no cramps. In summer basketball, he had cramps. Maybe, have you thought about maybe it was some with Kansas? Just wait. His dad would get up with him. It's hard for me to say this kid don't love it. Maybe the love is misguided. Maybe it's too much love. Maybe, just maybe, there needs to be a happy balance. And taking care of your body and resting. The kid needs rest. And he need to eat right. No submarine sandwich, no wings, no fries, no burgers. Yo, that's what these kids be eating. So when see, when you see them get in the league and they're all breaking down, they've been doing this stuff since the 8th grade. I'm just trying to give you something that I've studied and been around in this industry for this long. And parents, you're doing too much. How do we take away from a performance in the NCAA tournament? And somebody asked me this question, Paul. Watch this, Paul. But Robert, how do we take away from a performance in an NCAA tournament and factor that in to the prospect draft stock? Watch this. He said, how do we take away from a performance in the NCAA tournament and factor that into prospect draft stock? I just want to wait for somebody to say something, because I'm done talking to King Sticks. He just don't get it. He don't even understand what I just said. Uh, Let me help y'all. Understand, some of these scouts has been watching these kids since the 10th grade. They got a book on these kids. Can I break something down for you, Paul? Can I break? Can I break something down for you, Paul? I'm gonna show you what kind of books. I'm gonna show you how extensive this is. One organization knew about a player who was at college and he stole a beanie, a skull cap from the bookstore campus. This how detailed these scouts are. They put scouts in the stands, in the student sections, Paul Miranda, so they can talk to the students and the students, because guess what? You know they know the players. Who go to class? Who's a butthole? Who's nice? What did you hear about it? Was he at the frat party last night? My people, when you talk about somebody can play in the NBA and all that kind of stuff, before these people play you millions of dollars, why do you think they have somebody picking these guys up for the airport, from the airport? When you fly in for your workout, and I need all my young guys who planning on going to a workout, NBA workout. If you know somebody, you need to share the show. That's why I keep telling y'all, y'all better share the show. Y'all better share the show. When you think watch this. When somebody pick you up at that little intern that pick you up from the airport, because the owner and the GM and the coach ain't gonna pick you up from the airport. They send the last equipment manager, the person they think that you might think is a nobody, no title. Why? Because they land and you get your little stupid ass on that phone talking about, yeah, man, I'm landing, I'm in so-and-so. Man, I really don't want to be here. After the work, talking. The kid hear this. After the workout, I'm telling y'all, this happens. After the workout, the same guy takes them back. Man, this was whack. This was crazy. These young guys don't understand from the time you get that ticket in your possession. If I send you a ticket, let me see who's talking to me. Paul Miranda. If I send him a ticket, big coach, when your son get ready to try to do this, when they send you a ticket, it's electronically now, Kirk Collins. So when they send you that ticket, right? When they send you that ticket, you treat that ticket like it's got a damn listening device on it. You hear me? You treat that ticket like it got, like somebody listen, like it can read your mind. Because you're on a job interview, son. Hold on. My grandson been on punishment. I'm sorry, y'all. He got his iPad back. Let me just tell him he don't know. What up, buddy? He on the show. Tell him you want to call him back. I'm going to call you back, okay? Bye-bye. He on punishment. He on punishment. He been on punishment, y'all. Y'all, he acting fool in the airport coming back. He been on punishment. So he ain't had his iPad. He got it back. I got to let them parents parenting. I done bought him too many toys. He couldn't play with none of his toys. That man but guess what? Y'all, that's their son. Because they was love to be, because he don't act crazy around me. You know what I'm saying? He just do it around mom. But yeah, that's all right. But I told him, that's my daughter. You can't do it like that. Tell me, okay, yes, sir. All right. So let me keep going. Let me get back. Let me get back. Yo, this is what I love. This is why I love my life right now. That little thing right there, that he keeps me doing this. He keep me doing this. But you treat it like a job interview. As soon as that plane lands, and you get in that car, your interview has started. People don't understand how detailed these people are in the NBA. And you think they're gonna let one game in an NCAA tournament deter them from who they going to draft? Because your draft euros, draft.com, draft.net, some dude, hold up. Some dude was, hold up. Some dude was on there this morning. Hold up. Talking about how Boozer and what you call him? Please, I hope he's there. Hold up. Please, where this guy at? What this? He was just running. Oh, please let me find him. Where is he at? This fool right here.
Taking a hit. Peterson and Cam Boozer have taken a hit since the tournament started on their lottery status. Before, like Darren Peterson was like, oh, he's the clear number one player. He's clear without question. Guys like me, like, no, I don't think so. Cam Boozer, like, oh, he's clear top three now.
Guys like him, guys like King Sticks, who ain't no GM, they just run their mouth. Guys like him. That way, you notice what he said. Guys, let me let y'all hear that again. Guys like me. Watch this. Watch this.
Peterson and Cam Boozer have taken a hit since the tournament started on their lottery status. Before, like Darren Peterson was like, oh, he's the clear number one player. He's clear without question. Guys like me, like, no, I don't think so.
Guys
Cam
like
Boozer, like, oh, he's clear top three. Now you got people questioning his game. But let's talk about that real quick.
Yes, they do it for free agents. I'm telling you. Now, if the free agents that damn dumb, Paul, forget them. If they that damn dumb, I'm talking about my young people. Them old fools, I can't do nothing about it. I told you. Paul, you didn't hear this. I got this morning. He said, Robert, you can win over a wise man with reason, but you can't win over a fool with proof. You can give them proof and you can't win the fool over. The facts don't work where pride is in charge. Do I need to say that again? Some people you can give all the proof. I'm laying out a blueprint to some people on here. Well, I stared. But let me keep going. I'm not done. I'll never forget. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think they're going to let a game in the NCAA? They done did all this recon on this guy. I'm going to show you why high school is important. Can I help you? I'm talking about to the top guys. I'm not talking about the NBA guy. I'm not talking about your little old non-playing ass nephew who can't shoot the ball. I ain't talking about them right now. All right? Facts don't work when pride is involved. It just don't work. But let me keep going. Karl Anthony Towns came very close to not being the number one pick. Let me see if I can pull it right up. I ain't got time to play around with it. I had it somewhere in one of my things. Well, wait a minute, draft pick. Hold up, this might be it. No. No. Not that ain't. Hold on. No, that ain't. Hold on. No, that ain't it. I'm getting close. Where it is. But watch this. Watch this now. Watch this. What's up, Bob? Happy anniversary, man. Karl Anthony Towns came very close to not being the number one pick. Flip Saunders was going to pick Jahlil Okafor from Duke. Somebody told Flip, homeboy, you need to go back and watch Carl Anthony Towns high school tapes. Y'all, you got to hear me on this now. Flip had this superstition. He would always write the name who he was taking in the palm of his hand before he go in the draft room, before he go into the draft day. Always. Watch this. You're looking at it now. We ain't talking about it now. You're looking at it now, Paul. Paul, you're looking at the book backwards. I'm talking about during the draft. Look, it's easy for you to say now. But when he watched the tapes, right? And Sam Mitchell was a coach. He said, Flip, who we taking? He opened his hand. Carl Anthony Towns. He said, why? He said, because I went back and looked at his high school tapes. Carl was handling the ball, shooting jumpers, out there playing God, could do everything. The stuff he wasn't allowed to do at Kentucky. At Kentucky, he had to play in a box because Cal had an All-American in every position. So when Carl went out, talking about he was going to shoot a three out there, Cal called timeout, cussed him out, and said, look, man, you know the deal. You out there with the guards. I got 5 All-Americans. I got them all in spots. Everybody got to play in their box, in their space. So the things that Cat was doing in high school, he wasn't allowed to do at Kentucky. The things that Darren Peterson was great in high school doing it, and since the 9th grade, he wasn't allowed to do it at Kansas. Because what? I got 5-star recruits. If you don't understand that, you don't know how to do your homework, and you don't watch every game you can on these kids, dating back to when they start playing organized basketball. This is what the NBA does. Colleges don't do it. You don't know these intricate things. You just don't know it. Former and legendary head basketball coach at DeSoto, Chris Giles, said that Towns was the best high school player he ever saw. You know the best I ever saw? The best I ever saw, and I saw Towns. He was good. Kyrie Irving was the best I ever saw. Kyrie Irving. I'd never seen a little man, a guard, just dominate everybody every time. I tell you, I went in that little school, St. Anthony, whatever the name of that little school. I couldn't find. I was in New York trying to find. I ain't gonna tell you all that. I parked about a mile away because everybody was in that game. Never seen a high school player like that. Ever. And I haven't seen a lot of them. Just never. The stuff he was doing with that basketball and would put you in the rim. And I mean, it is, if you ever have a chance, just go watch Kyrie Irving in high school. I've never. Think about it, y'all. He was so cold. He went to Duke. He didn't really play. He got hurt and was still the #1 pick. And y'all talking about the NCAA damn tournament. But see, you don't know these intricate things. You think that these people going to put their job on the line because of an NCAA tournament. anything can happen in a one tournament game. You got to look at the teammates. You got to look at the other team. You got to look at I told y'all before it started, it's gonna be some firemen and some insurance agents and some doctors and lawyers sending pros home. I told y'all that before before it started, right before the tournament. Look at some of this stuff, this crazy stuff that happens in these one games. Look at how they let St. John's, go back and look at it, beat up on Darren Peterson the whole game because he didn't have the ball. In the NBA, those are fouls. The way they was roughhousing and bumping him. Wild ass Rick Pitino telling them boys to go out there, dive at his feet, dive it. They don't dive at, they diving at your feet, but ignorant ass Lou Dort. And the NBA is looking at that game, and they charted that game. They had scouts everywhere charting that game. The other people are just talking, y'all, about this and that. They don't know this. Well, he didn't do it. Y'all, they're just talking. The NBA looks at him through a different lens. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all get mad at me. I hate that getting no. I said we see the game different. Paul Miranda and me gonna be at the same game, and he gonna write something different than I write. Because he see the game in a different lens. And not to say his are better or mine's better. I just said different. Man, I wish I had somebody talking to me here. The NBA don't give a fat rat's behind about an NCAA tournament game. Not when you're judging these badass dudes who they done seen since high school. Now one of them Johnny come lately, yeah, okay. Come here, let me see what you got. But I'm talking about this dude. This dude, Peterson is a dude. When it comes to them judging a prospect, y'all remember Adam Morrison of Gonzaga? He lit the NCAA up. How did he do in the NBA? Well, my man Ed Harris. That was for Ed Harris. Adam Morrison lit the NCAA. Didn't Gonzaga win that year? He told everybody a new one in college. Dad Moody. What my boy Eric Harris? He ain't said nothing since he come out there. He ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing. Are y'all understand what I'm saying? Somebody need to hear this. That's why I say you to share the show. And I want to be asking, how many of y'all share this show? Why would you watch something every day and then don't share it? Are you selfish? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Ask for a friend. Didn't go that well for Adam Morrison at the NBA level. But most fans would think, watch this, Acuff's stock would rise during this run. Most fans. Right? But they've been watching this dude since high school, man. They've been watching Acuff since high school. This is just a small chapter to a long novel. And nothing against nobody. I'm just trying to see. And the reason I'm talking about this, Fob, is Ed Harris' fault. I hate to give you all of this information, but Ed Harris talking about Little Rob Martin, who had a good game against Acuff. What Robert, they done moved him up. He probably moved up in the draft. Slow down. Slow down, low down. Slow down, low down. I'm just trying to tell y'all how they look at it. They could care less about some of this stuff. They know these kids. They have scouted these kids. They have talked to the people. They know them. A game in NCAA tournament, guys filing the heck out of Peterson. I can't wait to go find this game. Guys diving at his feet. That doesn't deter them at all. That is Moody. Has nothing to do with NBA evaluation process. I'm just trying to help you. You don't have to listen to me. Because I learned something. I learned that I can win a wise man over with reason. But I can't win over a fool even if I got proof. Facts don't work where pride is in charge. I'm going to keep talking about that. I kind of like that one. So when I listen to these talking heads on these networks and listen to these people talking about, I would do this, I would do this, because you haven't done the homework that these NBA teams have done. They spend years. That's why they laugh at these guys. Y'all, they be laughing at, we be talking, he said, man, you with this. I hate to say it, y'all, them guys, they really know nothing. All you see the draft boards and draft out, they don't know. They just going by what they think that these people might do. They watch a few college games and they make a decision. They talk to people who think they know college basketball. I'm talking about this, the talking heads on TV. If you talk to all these guys, y'all, in college basketball, and all of them who thought they would be a pro and and who turned out to be the best players, 70% of their predictions are all wrong all the time. 70%. Which one of them had Steph Curry being who he is? Which one? Please tell me, because I used to get talked about bad. Oh, you just like him go, you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, Steph looked like a baby, had a little frail body. Minnesota passed on him twice. They took 2 point guards. So stop telling me what I know or what they know. They took 2. The best shooter in college basketball over that 10-year period, and you pick Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. You can combine their career stats and can go up to just 5 of the Steph's best years, and it wouldn't even match up to it. So what does that tell you? So you better, you better wake up and stop listening to them people. I mean, if you listen to them, just don't have that issue. Just say, look, whatever happens, just happen. You just don't never know. I got another story for you. Tim Hardaway was supposed to be a Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves just messed up a whole lot. He was supposed to, but Bill Musselman thought he could pick up the phone and called Don Nelson, his buddy. Y'all watch this. Ain't no friends in the NBA. That's his buddy. And Minnesota was going to take Hardaway. And he called Nelly. Nelly at Golden State. I like Nelly. I got, Nelly, if you know the story, we had to go out. That was one of our trips. We had to go out, Penny, Golden State was the actual team that drafted Penny. And you remember they had to change the hats. So we had to go out there, and I ain't gonna tell y'all like Tim Hardaway lit my boy up. I was in the building. Tim Hardaway. Penny was young, Penny was young, fresh. Tim Hardaway. Get what I told Penny. We got some work to do. He a point guard. He a point guard. We got some work to do, baby. I didn't make excuses. I just said we got some work to do. You know how y'all be. Well, man, that environment, that gym was cold. That was Tim's homeroom. That was Tim's home court. You know how these people. I said, hey, homeboy, we got some work to do. You got to be able to guard that. But Bill Muslim gonna call Nelly, right? And because it was Minnesota's pick before. That was their first pick. That's right. That was their first pick. And Muscle called Nelly and said, and Nelly said, no, you don't want Hardaway. He this. So Minnesota took Pooh Richardson. And 4 shots later, I think Nelly took who? Tim Hardaway. You can't, it ain't no friends in this business, man. You don't have no friends in the draft. Nelly said that man can't play. He ain't this, he ain't that. So Nelly picked Pooh Richardson with the 10th pick. Bill Musselson from Minnesota took, I think, Pooh Richardson with the 10th pick. And Pooh was all right. He wasn't Tim Hardaway. And Tim Hardaway with the 14th pick. Nelly went and got Tim Hardaway. Yo, this is the stuff that happens. We fall into this fallacy of March Madness. It builds brands. It makes names. It makes names for guys who never heard of. But the NCAA tournament would do for these guys. It's okay. Guys that are marginal, guys that are not on people's radar, okay. They come into this tournament and they shine and they play big. It happened to, Tim Hardaway Sr. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Sr. Tim Hardaway Sr. That's the one that went to Golden State. Duh. His son didn't go to Golden State. And his son, Tim Hardaway Sr. I didn't think I had to explain that. Tim Hardaway, the real one, the Texas two-step. They come into this tournament and shine and play big. Have some big moments. Then you can get drafted at some point. They can take a guy that's maybe a second-round talent, wise, and in some people's eyes, and move up to the late first round. But I'm now seeing the big moments that this guy can elevate his game to another level. But ladies and gentlemen, they already know who Darius Peterson is, talent-wise. AJ Damascus, A-Cup, Boozers. We know what they can do. We know what Cooper Flagg could do. People forget. Y'all forget. Duke had 3 lottery picks and didn't make it to the Final Four. Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett. Wait, the number 1 pick, the number 3 pick, and the number, 10th? Yeah, 10th. They didn't all get drafted. Didn't they all get drafted in the lottery? Did anybody say they wasn't no winners? They didn't go for that. They ain't no winners. We can't get them because they don't win. We ain't gonna draft them. They don't win. Zion win 1. Barry win 3. Reddish win 10. They didn't make the Final Four, but nobody cared. Anthony Edwards didn't even play in the NCAA tournament. Georgia didn't get a bid. Wasn't he still the number 1 pick? Did you see him in March Madness? Hell no. The number 1 pick in the draft. One of the most dynamic players in the league today could not lead his college team to the NCAA tournament in the 6 to 18 field. Didn't see him in March. Didn't nobody mention his name in March. But he was still the number 1 pick. I'm just bringing this stuff. I'm just trying to help you understand something, my people. The reason these guys become GMs, because when they were young and unmarried, they had a database of players. A young guy out here, like Doug now, y'all go find out who all the players are. That's what y'all want to do. Know who the players are. That information is valuable. They've seen them. You know the players. That information is valuable. You just got to figure out a way that somebody is valued enough to pay you for it. Every NBA team right now can tell you who is their projected number 1 pick for the next 5 years. Because they done studied them in high school. They know. That's how in time they are and in tune they are. Y'all remember what Jerry Krause said? Everybody got mad at him. Thad Moody, you probably got mad at him. He said, front offices win championships. Players don't. Front offices win championships. Players win games. Now, there's a combination, but he wasn't wrong. Look at the moves he made to give them the opportunities. His players. Locked Jordan up to a long-term deal. He couldn't leave. The front office got to get you the players, ladies and gentlemen. Not just the talent, the right mentality. Now the coach have to take that mentality and blend it and the talent and mold it now. Get that twisted. But front offices have had a lot to do with who win championships. And that's why I'm taking you behind. Look at the Wizards. They haven't won since the 70s. Do me a favor. Go back from now all the way back and just see who they drafted. Got a question. What did Wemby do in March Madness? Since you know, because everybody think March Madness March Madness. What did Wemby do? Wemby didn't play no damn March Madness. Brandon Miller was killing everybody in March Madness, wasn't it? I'm gonna end on this one. Did y'all see? If you don't go, YouTube got it. Go watch Darren Peterson and AJ DeBancer play against each other in high school. Darren had 61 points. AJ had 49 points. Peterson had 4-point plays. That means 4 of the threes he hit, he got fouled on. And the one that sealed the game was a 4-point play. And AJ DeBancer fouled him on the play. That's the game that lifted Darren Peterson over AJ DeBancer for the number 1 player in the country. Y'all can thank all that information I gave y'all. Ed Harris, you know, he just mentioned one day that, you know, that Little Rob Martin, finna be a star in the NBA just cause he had a couple of points on Darius A Cup. And it's gonna take more than that. But he got him to look at him. What else I had? Oh, shout! It's Women Rock Wins. Watch this. It's for my women.
There. The audacity to be the first Dr. Paula L. Jackson, the first female interim athletics director at Texas Southern University. And now, for the first time ever, Texas Southern's athletic directors for functions are now led by an all-female athletic director staff. This Women's History Month, Texas Southern University celebrates women who are rooted in resilience and blooming in power. So if you're still asking, who does she think she is? She's Texas Southern University.
Ladies and gentlemen, that thing was inspired by, produced by women, photographed by women, narrated by women. Powerful. Powerful. It's powerful. I just want to be quiet on that one for a minute. Uh, Trying to see where else I want to go in these next 30 minutes. What y'all got? Oh, we ain't talking about the Sweet 16 start tomorrow, right? Let's go. Let's let's talk about it. What y'all got. Let's go to the Sweet 16 tomorrow. God, my bad. Come on, Sweet 16. Let's go here. Kirk Collins, what you mean by cognitive dissonance? Tell me what you mean. You put that up on the screen. What you mean? In reference to what? For the Sweet 16, in the Sweet 16, you got Duke versus St. John. You got Michigan State versus UConn, Iowa versus Nebraska, U of H versus Illinois on one side, Tennessee versus Iowa. Ooh, boy, that's good. Michigan versus Alabama. Michigan might go down. Purdue versus Texas, Arkansas versus Arizona. Let me look at. I'm trying to see the schedules. Who play tomorrow? Kirk Collins, talk to me, man. Tell me what you're talking about right there. Let me tell me what you're talking about. Talk to me. Let me see. Let's see what's happening on Thursday night. Who is the first game? The first game. Oh, what my glasses at? I ain't got them in here. The first game. The Rockets. The first game. No, the first game is Purdue versus Texas. That's the West region. They're gonna play first at 10 p.m. U of H gonna play at 9 p.m. on True TV and TBS. That's there in the South region. Also in the South region, the game before the U of H game, Nebraska and Iowa. Those two are playing. And who else in the West region? Also, Arizona, Arkansas. They're gonna be in that region. What y'all think? Who? We go with them games, and yeah, that's tomorrow. And we go with them games on tomorrow. Who y'all got winning? Anybody there? What up, Hatter? Coos got a tough one against Illinois. Absolutely. No. Illinois got a tough one against the Cougs. Uh, got a tough one against the Cougs. Man, Butler done hired that little guard that used to play for them long time ago. What his name? Nord. Nord. I remember him. Uh, what his name? Ronald Nord. Yeah, he used to play for them. They didn't hire him. Butler has hired former Bulldog player Ronald Nord to succeed Thad Matta as the head coach. The school announced Nord. Thad Matta was 1,000 years old. Uh, hell, he graduated 2012 from Butler, who played under then head coach Brad Stevens. Okay, gotcha. But you know what, man? Sometimes y'all got to give those guys who come back and play for their coach for their university. Y'all got to give them grace. Got to give them. Oh, you going with the fighting on the line? Huh? Okay. I. Who is the Hulk? That man said, "Is the Bel Air job still open?" I'm not sure. You know, I don't keep up with high school basketball that much, man. That's Jimmy cup of tea right there. I don't know if the Bel Air job's still open or not, Bob. Uh, I don't even know how to even talk about that. You know, maybe hold on. Let's see if it's on. Uh, let's see if we got some on the on the VIP in the VIP room about these coaches. Let me see RCS Sports. Hold on. I'm glad you asked me that, Bob. I have no idea about what's going on with these people. Let's see. VIP room. Oh yeah, I got to run somewhere right after this. God, y'all made me think of something. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I need that. Let me see what Jimmy got in here. Let me see. Let me see if it's got something I can take a look. Several high school gigs are expected to open this off season. About 25% of the coaches who were featured on the front of the cover of the magazine may be watching at home watching soap operas from coming this fall, meaning they may have retired or advancing into administration. Here's a look at what's taking place. Open. Barbers Hill High School, Chris Pennington has decided to move back home to Arkansas and accept the athletic position. Bel Air, my man Bruce Glover, I got to call him today too. Uh, put his retirement papers in last month. However, he could become a rehire in a non-coaching capacity at Bel Air. Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, um, let's go. Let me keep going. Somebody text me. Looking to move to H-Town. I saw it on Twitter. What you see of who is Hulk? You tell me he was assistant for the Hulk. Who was the Hulk? And who you I don't know what you're talking about, man. Who in the hell is the Hulk? You said this, then you said, how did I saw it on Twitter? Okay, you saw it on Twitter, but who is the Hulk? He was assistant coach for the Hulk. What's the Hulk? But let me keep going. C. King, head coach Chris Mason, briefly came out of retirement to take this gig for 1 year. He's riding off to the sunset. Uh, into the sunset. Eisenhower High School coach Jared Ellison wanted this gig so badly, and I applaud Aldine High School for hiring him, the former Eisenhower star, to his alma mater. However, the talent pool at Eisenhower has apparently dried up and the basketball program has lost its mojo. Could open Summer Creek, Yates, and Madison. New coach at Butler was from the Hawks. You said that, okay, the Hawks. Okay, I got you. You said the Hawk for the Hawk. You just said the Hawks. It's different. All right, all right. Let me see. Grassroots news. The Houston Defenders administration has reached out to confirm that E.J. Beard Heights High School will indeed be remaining with the Defenders and not any other team in Oklahoma, as been rumored. North Carolina, I like this. I'm giving y'all some, all of y'all. Let me give y'all some news. North Shore High School coach Steve Woods have left the Houston Hoops and will be volunteering his services with the JL3 League. He will be assisting with the coach of the 16U squad. Okay. Popular big man, Coach Keith White will be volunteering with the Gulf Coast Blue Chips. Okay, let's see. Watch this. Hold up. Every year during the Final Four, USA Basketball hosts a minicamp, April 3rd through the 5th in Indianapolis, where they would bring in a few dozen of the very top nation's very top candidates for a spot at one or two different final USA Basketball rosters. Greater Houston area will be represented by Austin Reese. Reese Austin. I'm sorry. Reese Austin of Sac Baptist High School, 2027, and Emmanuel Nabucco, a straight Jesuits. There are about a dozen of Texas-based players who were invited. Then they got a list. I ain't finna go over there. Let's see. Let me see if anything. Let me see if anything else happened. Huh. Okay. That's cool. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Now. Oh, I got you, Bob. I got you. Let me let Jimmy in on these last few minutes. Yeah. Yo. Boy, you might have to say today. I'm waiting on you to come on. Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
You can have the flow. I'm done.
What happened? You say you saved the day. What?
No, you ain't
the
saved
day,
the day.
the day needs
I can't
saving.
believe
But
you came in this late. I'm gonna let you
oh,
have it
what
on
they say,
out.
save the day.
No, ain't nobody
It was
saving.
30 minutes to the top.
For 20 minutes.
And
20 minutes.
what we
Your
got today,
clock
you guys
behind.
make sure you.
Your
Yeah, it is.
clock behind.
Oh shucks, it's
Yeah.
20. It's 17. 17 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at. But anyway, guys, if you haven't done so, y'all share the show right now at this time. We just I'm just so excited. I had a surprise this morning. Now there's a project I can't talk about, but boy, it's almost close for this egg to hatch. The hatch is gonna be exciting. Uh, it really is to be a part of this project. So, and we're about 2 weeks away from being able to share a lot of the extreme details with you guys on it. So now, meanwhile, as I was waiting in the green room, high school coaching jobs that are open, I put those, and I told yesterday in the VIP news on rcssports.com. High school vacant coaching jobs on the boys' side. They up top, I don't have it in front of me, but off the top of my head, we know Bel Air is open. And I think I mentioned to you guys, that don't mean you were paying attention, but I mentioned to you guys last month. Bruce Glover, longtime Bel Air High School coach for over 20 years, he placed his retirement paperwork in during the regular season, right toward the end of the regular season, at the beginning of February. So you got a 2 weeks notice. Bel Air plays against Cy Fair, I think, in the first round of the playoffs. The game goes 5 overtimes. It goes 5 overtimes, right? First round of the playoffs. And had Bel Air won that game, based on my intel, Coach Glover may not have been able to even coach the second round because he miscalculated the dates, and the 2 weeks would have expired before they played that Friday or Saturday of the upcoming of that same week. So he had been known that he was going to lay it down. He gave it one extra year, and I'm telling you guys, Coach Glover at Bel Air had been running on fumes, not necessarily fumes, but a lot of these high school coaches they are in love with what they do. A lot of them really, truly love pouring into these young men and these kids. Well, back in 2010, 16 years ago almost, in May, there was a young man named Toby Oyediji. Toby was a star player from Bel Air High School. He had signed with Texas A&M, and everybody loved Toby. I'm talking about, like, I mean, his personality, man, was just impeccable. Like, spoke to everybody. Well, the prom of that, after the high school season, Bel Air lost on a buzzer beater to Bush High School, coached in by Ronnie Courtney, and they called an inbound play that found the kid wide open under the basket. Bush hits the bucket, goes on the state that year. I think with Cameron Ridley was a sophomore on that team in Bush. That hurt Bel Air. But anyway, fast forwarding a month or two later at the senior prom,
Yes, Jimmy, cut off on me, huh? Hold on. Let me get back. Let me get back in here and see what the heck is going on. I got to turn him down. Oh, well, yeah. Check your volume. No audio. Yes, Jimmy, cut off on me, huh? Well, hold on. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy. Let's go. He gonna try to come back in. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't tell you. Can you hear me? All right, come on. Think you coming back in, Jimmy. All right. You back?
what happened?
I don't know. You just blacked out.
I mean, I'm riding on your feed. You had the blackout.
No,
But
man,
anyway,
because I was still on. I was still on. I just was
that's crazy.
off in the wings. Yeah, go on. You got it now.
I was telling you guys a story regarding we're talking to Bel Air High School and the retirement of longtime coach Bruce Glover, and I was telling you that Toby Yidiji, the star player in 2010, he went to the prom. They had what they at that time they used to call it a lock-in, and coming and in those lock-ins, they were initially thought to be a way that these young men, they can keep those young people from prom, and then leaving the prom and driving and going partying, and messing around, get into some mischievous stuff at nighttime. Well, in this case, it proved to be counter effective because Toby and the Bel Air schools, they were locked in. And that means these kids are staying up all night, they're partying. I mean, they're celebrating and fraternalizing with each other, but then they drive home. So
Hey, hey, I'm back, y'all. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna finish this show out, man. Let me see. I don't know what's up. I'm still here. Uh, uh, I
yeah,
guess I'll stay on this time and just make sure I stay on the screen. Go on, finish, Jim.
yeah. So anyway, speaking of Toby, he was driving home from the prom and had a car wreck, and uh, and fell asleep while driving less than 1 mile from his house, about a mile or two from home. He had almost made it home, and the sun had came up, and he had an accident, and also killed the driver of another vehicle, a lady who was on her way to work. That is, and and that was a tragedy. That ate a chunk of Bruce Glover's heart. He remained the coach at Bel Air. They had so much, but he was never the same. And he got to a point where he wanted to retire. He had some more talent coming through the Division One, talent. One thing about Bel Air, they maintain a steady flow of D1 talent for the most part.
Yeah, that's him. Ain't nothing we can do about it, y'all. I ain't got enough power to carry him right now. But I'm gonna share something with y'all before I get out of here. Uh, I don't know. I really, really, really don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. I'll figure it out later tonight. And what do y'all think about that? Well, we was talking about Bruce Glover, and he is lead. I got a question because we was talking about this the other day, and I'm just trying to see where. Did anybody watch? I found some very, very, very fascinating. Uh, Jay-Z breaking his silence on you know, he breaking his silence. And I don't know if y'all, you know, that's it's two rappers that I like. It's Jeezy and Jay-Z. But he broke his silence, and he gave the interview to GQ. He having a concert at Yankee Stadium. He was talking about how it um, sold out in seconds. Yeah, minutes. Whole Yankee Stadium sold out in minutes. But he said something, and I'm gonna share with y'all in part of the interview. I don't. Anybody? Can y'all hear me? Am I still good? Am I still good? Let me know if I'm still good. Let me know. Talk to me. Somebody say something, and my mic, my vitals saying I'm okay. Um, let me just watch it. Yeah, my vitals said I'm okay. Are y'all okay? I mean, can anybody hear me? Say something. Say something. Just say, hey, I'm still here. Anybody there? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. But Eric, I saw something. And the young little interviewer was interviewing Jay-Z. The young man, shout out to him. It was crazy. Did anybody see it? It was just, I mean, I can't wait. When I get off the show, I'm gonna see the second part. But this what got me, and this what I want to share with y'all today. And the young man used the word allow. And Jay-Z gave him a lesson. The young interviewer was talking about, and what's the young fella's name? Let me give you his name. I got his name somewhere. His name is Frazier Tharp, not Thorpe. Is it Thorpe or Tharp? Frazier Tharp. But Brandon Weefall, you sure that's his nephew? Are you sure that's his nephew? Because I don't like you putting no bad dope on my screen, Doc. All right. So I just hate people to put bad dope up there like that. You said that's his nephew, right? Okay. I'm finna find out now. I'm finna ask Grunk. Is Frazier? Wait a minute. Okay. It's okay. Is Frazier Tharp? Well, why would you say that though? Or you just wanted to know? I mean, you just want Jay-Z, Jay-Z, nephew. All right, let's see. No. I can't believe you said that. I know who he is. I know he the sing. I know he's the editor of GQ. He did the interview for GQ, but that don't mean he couldn't have been his that don't mean he couldn't have been his nephew. But I wonder, why did he say that? This young man is the culture writer and columnist for GQ magazine. But let me get back to something. Let me get back to something. See, it was an important point. This point was probably so important. That's why you see how I'm normal. That's why Jimmy got threw off the thing. But watch this. The interview was talking about pushing independence. Jay-Z pushing independence in the spirit of Prince. And he asked Jay, what you embody that do you feel like you are setting the mold and leading a charge of what the successful Black man is allowed to do? Jay-Z just let him keep talking. He didn't cut him off. Breaking these spaces, breaking these confines. Jay said, yeah, and I want you to take that out of your vocabulary, young man. Allowed. We are not allowed to do anything. Can't nobody allow you to do anything. In order for somebody to allow you to, then they have to have authority over you. So young man, he gave him, that young man by not never, see, we can be in these spaces of GQ, senior editor, and he probably think those people allowed his little black butt to be at GQ. Ladies and gentlemen, no one has authority over us. We exist just like everybody else here. Jay-Z said, no one can allow us to do anything. That's why I love this show. Don't nobody allow us to do this. We do this because I get up and get on this thing at 12. Nobody allow us. You feeling me? We got to get that out of our lexicon. And then Jay-Z said, then the young man said, he said, that word comes from a real space, young man. And I want to eliminate all those type of words from us, Jay-Z said. Then the young man said, does that make you a target? The little dude, no, he good now. But he just didn't have wisdom to understand that. You can be smart and not have wisdom. Jay said, yeah, it makes me a target. Me and Jimmy being on the show, it makes us a target. But he said something. He said, what did Nipsey said? He said, pray for me, y'all. One day I'm going to pay for these thoughts. Real ninjas is extinct. It is extinct. I ain't safe for me, my dog. It ain't safe for me, my dog. The more I reveal me, the more they will kill me. Wow. Then the young man asked him a cold question. That's why I be loving this stuff, man. I love this stuff, man. Young fella, I'm trying to get to him. How do I get back to him? This way? Not this way. Man, hold up. This was the young, Janet Rich. The young man came back and said, Jay-Z, who is they? Jay-Z came back on and said, whatever is the threat to whoever the system is set up to keep things at status quo and keep us in a position of using the words like allow. He said, anyone that's culpable and creating systems that we operate under, that is they. Wow. He's saying it goes beyond color. It's powerful, man. He said that Busby thing broke his heart. He said, because anybody just can get out here and say anything about you. That's why I just can't, it's just not in me. Say you sexual assault to somebody. Hell no. That, you know, I know there's some dudes out there sexual assaulting people. But that jacket ain't, you can't come, you know, and Jay-Z just said he was heartbroken. Took a lot out of him. He said he was angry, had uncontrollable anger. He said, you know, and he was talking about people, talking about, he said, when you put that jacket on you, and that thing's where you have to be, you got to be super sure when you said things about people. That's why I watch what people say. Like when he put up there, Jay-Z, that's Jay-Z nephew. When you put it on this feed, ain't nobody gonna come mess with Ken Starr. They gonna be looking at me. Hannah, that dude put that on your feed. You follow me? That's why, you know, you have that, you know, when you're doing these shows and you're in the public space right here, it's a unique, it's awesome responsibility that to whom much is given, much is required. And Jay-Z was just talking about it, man. I think it was, he said, before you put these things on a person, he said, especially a person like me. I like when he said that. Even when he was doing the worst things in his life, he said, he had rules. there was a line, no women and children. He said, live by those rules. Those are the things that he took from the streets. There's morals, there's codes, there's integrity. But I like what he said. He said, we played defense in 2025, but I'm all offense in 2026. And you know, and I hate all of that stuff happened to this man, these people. I mean, these people just get on the internet and just say, that's why I don't like for y'all to say something next. Y'all, it's enough people out here already. I consider this a safe space. And that's what I'm going to try to keep it, a safe space, man. Because, you know, it's some evil people. It's some evil people that watch this show. I can tell by the comments. Some people come on here and I have to ban them before they even stay on your screen. They have to you have to ban them, and you have to mute them. They don't care what we built here. They don't understand we done built this thing here. They don't care. But I thank y'all. I thank every one of y'all for being in this space, man, because we got great things going on. I mean, we got people learning, we got people's lives being changed. And you know, we just got to get everybody's internet right. So they can be clear like this. But and maybe you know, I have to figure out, I got to power some stuff up over here so I can withstand it. So sometimes I can, sometimes you can't. So, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Go Cougs tomorrow. What else going on? That's it. Go Cougs. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Let me hit that button. Bye.